Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen. Easy birria tacos and ramen noodles are on the menu today. Now, don't let all of these ingredients stop you. Trust me. It's going to be easy to put them in, easy to prepare them. It's just easy. All right, I'm going to list all of the ingredients and the amounts in the description box down below. But for now, you're going to need that beef chuck roast, 2.5 pounds of it, a chipotle chili and adobo sauce. You're going to see a little can right there on the countertop in a minute. That right there, that's the chipotle chili. Now, as far as those dried chilies, that is 3 guajillo chilies, 1 ancho chili, 1 pasilla chili. You need a cup of water for the puree in the blender. You can need Mexican oregano. It's different from regular oregano. It comes from an entirely different plant. But if you do not have Mexican oregano, by all means use regular oregano. Now, besides that, you're going to need enough water to cover the meat. Once you put it in your Dutch oven or your pot, you need about 3 cubes of beef bouillon or 2 tablespoons. You need salt, the Mexican oregano, like I said, thyme, cinnamon, allspice, bay leaves, 1 onion, and about 5 cloves of garlic. And that's going to be it. So I'm going to tell you, you're going to need the corn tortillas, the mozzarella cheese. We'll get to that. But y'all know what I always say. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's get to it. All right, so we're going to clean the chiles first. We're going to take the stems off them, and we're going to take the seeds out of them. Trust me, it's dry, but they're in there. If you're brave, don't use gloves. But if you like me, I don't want to burn my eyes or anything. So I'm going to use some type of gloves to cover my hands. All right, now what you want to do is you want to completely clean all of these seeds out. And as soon as you clean them out of all of these chilies, that's when we're going to put them in the pot with some water. All right, there we go, speeding up. Just to let you guys see, I'm doing all of them, cutting them open with some scissors. If you got a knife will do too. All right. So after they're all cleaned, you want to put them in a pot. A small pot, but just make sure that the chiles can fit. They're going to cook down. So you're going to put those peppers in there. You're going to put about a cup of water, if not more, but you want to make sure they're covered. Now, what's going to happen with these is they're going to cook. They're going to soften up, and that's what we want them to do. So we're going to boil these for about 30 minutes. So I'll tell you this, while we're boiling that, we're going to get on with some other stuff. So I put a top on it, boiled it down. This is 30 minutes later. We're getting on with some other stuff. So we're going to peel these garlic cloves, and we're going to dice it. So we're going to do it kind of small if you can. You don't want them too big, but that's cool. All right, so we're going to peel. I'm going to speed this up a little bit for those of you who don't know how to peel and chop fresh garlic. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you, garlic powder is okay. That's fine, but in here, you really do need the fresh garlic. You're going to really get the most flavor out of this dish if you use fresh garlic. All right? All right, so once that garlic is done, we're going to get to the part where we are preparing the sauce. Now, check this out. So you're going to take those peppers. Yes, they've cooked down. They've softened up a bit. You're going to put those into your blender. All right, don't put the liquid in there. You're only going to put the peppers. We do not need the liquid. You'll see in a moment. And that liquid, if you look in your pot, you're going to see it's like super dark. Like, we don't need that. All right, so we're going to get everything. All of the peppers put in. Get all your garlic put in. So this is our actual birria sauce. Now get it? All right, you can see, I got my glass of wine right there. That's what I always tell you. You know, kind of relax when you're cooking. Relax, enjoy yourself. I love cooking, so I'm going to get a glass of wine or a cocktail or something while I'm cooking. I'm going to relax and do what it is that I need to do. So I suggest you do the same thing. All right, so we're going to put that water in there with it. And that is the chipotle chili and adobo sauce. So you should be able to find those either in your ethnic aisle in the store, or you're going to find it where the tomato sauces are. So it's going to be one of those places, that's for sure. All right, so you're gonna put, oh, and the other thing, you're gonna put that Mexican oregano in. So that's what you saw me put in. You're gonna put 2 teaspoons of that in. So that, the chiles, the water, all right, and the garlic. You put that in there. Check this sauce out. It should be really red like this. Should be a beautiful color. Now, you can take it out. I'm going to show you on this spatula. It should be quite thick. All right. So you're going to make it into a puree. So that's the button you want to hit. All right. So now as far as the meat, I'm using a beef chuck roast. You can use shanks. So you can use part of the beef that you like. But chuck roast was good for me. It's one of my favorite cuts. So 2.5 pounds of that. You're going to put a little seasoning on it. So you're going to put some meat tenderizer on it, but you're going to put a little salt, a little pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Don't put too many herbs and spices, okay? And you want to make sure that whatever you use, it's matching up with the ingredients. All right? So it's going to work well with the ingredients that's going into the dish already. So don't go too out the box. All right, we just want to make sure we have some seasoning on this meat. Although it's going to cook down in the birria sauce, you still want to make sure. All right, so you want to brown this really well. I'm using a Dutch oven. So you can see with this Dutch oven, I got bits of my ingredients that stuck to the bottom of the pan. That's okay. Just don't let them burn. So you want to make sure of that. You don't want to let them burn, but you're going to brown this as brown as you can get it. All right, and then we're finally going to take it out. Beautiful color on the meat. We're going to take it out. Now here, I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to take the oil out of the pan. So I'm going to take the excess oil out. We don't need it. So I'm going to take it out until the only thing I have left is this seasoning on the bottom of my pot. And that, we do need every bit of that flavor in. All right, so now we're making the actual birria. This is 4 cups of water. So we're going to put 4 cups right in there. So right on top of that, the little grease that you see right there, don't worry about it. You're going to see in a minute exactly, what's going to happen. So that's going to get hooked up after this cooks down. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper. You can put those onions in there. Right, so you're basically, at this point, you're going to put all of your ingredients in. So if you haven't hit that like, you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. So you'll be one of the first ones to know when I put a new video up. How about that? So you're going to put in your bay leaves, your allspice, your cinnamon, your thyme. All right, your onion. Garlic was already in with the birria sauce, so want to make sure. Here, you can sprinkle some more of that oregano in here. So that'll work out too. So you're going to put in your 3 cubes of beef bouillon, or you're going to use 2 tablespoons. So if you're using one in the jar, then the 2 tablespoons. But if you don't have that one, which is what I use now. So this is actually one of my older videos. I'm re-releasing this one. All right, so in goes the birria puree. All right, so I want to get all of it out of there. Scrape it all out. Put that puree in there. And we on our way. This just needs to cook down. All right, so stir that really good. All right, push that meat under there. And this is going to cook down for us. Now, this is going to cook down until this meat is tender. So you're going to let this boil down, maybe an hour or so. And then you're going to check it because you want this meat so darn tender that it's falling apart. And so this is what it looks like. You're going to bring it to a rolling boil. When you bring it to a rolling boil, you're going to put that top back on. You're going to put it to a medium low heat. And you're going to let this cook until that meat, you can just take a fork and just pull it apart. All right, so that you do not have to cut this meat. You better not have to, because if you do, then your meat is not done enough to make these tacos. So that's one thing you got to know. So I'm just preparing you, and we're going to come back. So we're going to come back. So like I said, though, you want to check this like after an hour. You're going to check it. So you're going to keep on doing that fork thing. So you're going to take your fork and you're going to see if you can take it apart. Put it back in. You're going to let this go another 30 minutes. You're going to check it with a fork again. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got a pot with a tight fitting lid, you got to understand that your meat is going to get ready a lot sooner than it would if you don't have a tight fitting lid. So that is going to make the difference with this too. So if you got an instant pot, you got something like that, you could use that. By all means, you can. But I'm showing you how to do it on stovetop. So we're going to take the meat out, and you're going to take the bay leaves out too. Don't leave those in. So you're going to remove those, and then I'm going to show you. So here we are. We're to the point where this is ready. So you can see, so you can look at around the sides of the pot, and you can tell that the juice in the pot, the birria juice, has reduced. Now what you're going to do is you're going to very, very, very carefully take a spoon and all of that grease that you see on the top, all of that oil right there, you're going to take as much of that out as you can. All right, leave it on the side. Don't throw it out. Keep it, but this takes a minute. So you're going to go all over the top of this. Now, mind you, don't leave a lot of it in here, but you're not going to get all of it out. But you're going to come darn close to it. So be patient with this part of it. Take your time and do it. I got faith in you. You can do this. All right. Once we skim all the oil off the top, or as much as we can, this is what it's going to look like. So that's the sauce part that's left. Remember I said don't throw that oil away that you skimmed off the top. Now, you're going to chop your meat up, but look at that. So I'm just showing you that with the tongs, you could pull it apart. 2 forks. Trust me, this is fork tender, and it better be. Because if it's not ready for these tacos, and it's not done right. This got to be like super, super tender. So, you know, I'm using a knife. It's hot, but I'm going to use this knife to chop it up. I'm going to do it in little pieces, and then you're going to see where we will assemble our tacos. So this is just me just cutting up the rest of the meat. Easy, easy recipe. Make it yourself. So if you've been in one of these restaurants and you tried those tacos, try them at home. You're going to love these. Trust me. All right, so you want to put a little oil in the pan. So you can use veggie oil, olive oil, some type of oil. All right, so remember that oil we skimmed off the top right there. Dip your tortillas in it. And I mean, dunk it down in there, cover it well. And then you're going to put them in the pan. So it's going to start frying up, but trust me, it's not going to get crispy right away. You got a couple minutes with these, so you got a couple minutes to assemble them. So you're going to put those in there carefully, and then you're going to put, obviously, you know, the meat and the cheese. So you're only going to put it on half of it because these are going to fold over. Now, if you want to make these like a quesadilla, then you can put all of your meat and you can put the other shell on the top, but I don't recommend that. My recommendation is that you do it the authentic way, and you put the meat on half of the shell, then you're going to put the cheese, you're going to fold it over. That cheese going to ooze out of there with that meat. Oh man, I can't even explain it, but this is so darn good. All right, I use mozzarella cheese, but if you can find a shredded queso or some other kind of cheese in the cheese aisle, some kind of ethnic cheese. So if you're gonna, you know, go over there, you can find there the Mexican cheeses, what they use. So if you can find that, good. But if you cannot, but you don't want to change the flavor profile of this too much. So you don't want to go putting a smoked Gouda or something like that, because then it's not very authentic. You want to keep these as authentic as you can. But you know what I say, your kitchen, your rules. So absolutely do it your way. All right, we're going to press down on these a little bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to fry these until they get crispy. So these are going to be like crispy tacos with that cheese and meat, and then you're going to dip it down in that birria sauce, and oh my goodness. Now, if you're looking for heat here, you're not going to get a lot of heat out of these chilies. This was not very hot. So if you want something really spicy, then you're going to have to either put some 2-time sauce or some really hot sauce in here, or you can just eat yourself some peppers on the side. So I like peppers with my tacos, so I'm cool with that. So if you do that, Either way you want to do it. Y'all know I ate that. A piece of cheese. Y'all know I ate it. All right, so I'm going to show you what these look like when we're done. So these, you're going to serve them with sauce. So in order not to double dip, you're going to give everybody their own sauce, of course, right? Of course you are. Well, I'm just saying. All right, so we're going to move right on to Birria ramen. All right, so I got a pack of 2 times. The 2 times spicy ramen noodles. You want to use regular, you can. You got the Birria sauce. Now, I have some steak right there. The Birria meat, child, that's gone. We ate that. We ate that all up. So I got some steak on the side. But if you got the Birria meat on the side, great. All right, I got some fresh cilantro and a couple of boiled eggs. All right, so you're going to prepare the noodles like you normally prepare them. You normally do it. But the only difference is you're going to take all of the juice off it. Because you know what we do with ramen noodles? We always leave that little juice on our noodles. They just be so good. All right. All right, so I warmed up that Birria juice and I put it in a bowl right there. So that's the same bowl that I'm going to put the noodles in. All right, so once you're done with these noodles, you're going to put your flavoring packets in. Yep, you're going to use them, especially the hot stuff. So you're going to get all the flavor in this dish that you can. This is wonderful. The heat, from using 2-time noodles, it's just so good. But you know, if you're not a spice person like that, then go ahead and use yourself some regular beef noodles, chicken noodles, whatever flavor you want to use, do that. All right, so we're going to get that stirred in. It was a little bit of juice in there, but not much. So you can see I'm stirring it, moving it around the pot. So you can see I did not leave much. Don't. It's just going to water down your birria if you do that. So you're going to pour your noodles right into the bowl with the birria sauce. You're going to put it right in there. All right, so you're going to pile your meat up on one side. Then you're going to put your eggs, and then you're going to put your cilantro. Now, if you are a cilantro lover and you want to chop it up and sprinkle it over the top, yep, by all means do that. Because that's going to definitely work too. In fact, that's the way I recommend that you do it, so that you get cilantro throughout your entire dish. Because it's already a really spicy dish, and so that cilantro just gives you a little freshness in there with it. All right, so I'm going to put this together. I'm going to stick 2 chopsticks down in here, and let me show you what this looks like once I'm done with it. Because the assembly is quite easy. It's really quick. So once you get the meat and the birria sauce and all of that done, doing a ramen is like super simple. So you can see that. You can do some other things with this. So check that out, everybody. That looks good, right? You got to try it for yourself, though. Trust me, I had to re-release this. Look at that. Y'all better go make this. Thanks for watching, everybody. See y'all next time. For more great recipes, tips, and ideas, check out some of my other videos.